Hey guys, hey, it's Heavy T doing another video. Kind of walking my dog. It's kind of early this morning, probably about 5. A lot of times I get up pretty early. I'll take hikes and stuff like that a lot. Walk my dog, shit like that. And I just wanted to show the video out. Hope you guys are doing good. And don't trust everybody that you come into contact with out there. There is a lot of people that are really trying to get us down, So I've got some little things I do. I test them and stuff, but I wanted to get into more of something a little bit tonight, or this morning, I guess, and talk about some things that I think are important. As far as like passing these veils, these tests that we're actually going through on this in this holographic universe, whatever the hell it is. You call it whatever you guys want to call it, entrainment system, torture program. What I think is happening, I think the beings or the entities, whatever you want to call them, that run this place, I believe it's the Galactic Federation that does it, and it's basically a soul entrainment system. They're trying to retrain us into not making the same mistakes that we made before. The unfortunate part about it is it does it in such a traumatizing way that it actually makes it worse. If you've got like certain things you're having problems with, anger issues, emotional issues, addictions, things like that, it actually makes it worse. And that's the thing I wanted to stress tonight, as far as getting this message out to the people that are responsible for this place, is there's other ways of doing this and other ways of like handling this situation. I mean, I understand if you guys aren't on an emotional level like we are, but as human beings, we actually gravitate towards like emotional, like positive emotional feedback and stuff like that. I mean, I understand that there's a discipline that needs to be addressed with things, but I think you'll have a lot more success if you just like maybe have some way of coming up to the person and saying, hey, we can help you with this, in some way of getting that message to them that's not, gonna like make them suspicious, but in a way that's gonna be positive versus negative, because the negative, hang on a second. Because what the negative does, okay. So what the negative does is I spent more time here trying to figure out what was happening, because I didn't realize I moved on to a spiritual level, okay? And I feel horrible about it. There's like not a day that goes by where I just miss where I was before, and it's really traumatizing enough trying to let go of a lot of that, and to come here and get kicked around, everybody attacking me, and on top of it, it completely destroys you from inside. And I went into an emotional cocoon, and I didn't know what the hell was happening for probably the first 3 years. So I had no idea that I was supposed to be like completely just working on myself. I was trying to figure out where I was and what was happening around me, and how the people or how this place was able to like get my devices away from me, and and do the things that it was doing, and change my family around and things like that. So I really spent more time trying to figure this place out and research what this place was than I was working on myself. And I should have been working on myself the whole time, and eliminating the veils of truth and coming out on top. And that's kind of what I've been doing lately. I realized something, and I realized that religion was really affecting me in a negative way. I was having a lot of problems reading the Bible, and I still, there's certain verses I can read and I've written down, but I don't actually read the Bible, because there's something that's traumatizing it, and I think it has something to do with MK Ultra. and I think they used a lot of the Bible verses and a lot of the Bible to actually do the programming. At least that's what I read about, and it makes a lot of sense to me because it's really difficult for me to read the Bible and and basically listen to what it's trying to tell me. It's very confusing for me, and it triggers me, and so I don't like reading it. So I've got some verses of Jesus, what he talked about, just his own sayings and his own words, and I sometimes use those parables because I know one thing. I know the Mandela effect was never able to change his verses, so I know that it's truth. And there's a lot of things that they tried to instill into their religion with Jesus. And to be honest with you, Jesus wouldn't have wanted to be a part of it. At least the Jesus that I know, okay, that I read, that in the parables that he said to his disciples, and the things that his message that he was trying to bring to humanity, which was peace and to stand up for ourselves and believe truth and start behaving like spiritual human beings rather than animals to each other, and to quit believing everything that they were telling them in the religion. So he was basically trying to liberate them, kind of like the truthers are doing now, trying to liberate mankind and trying to get people to wake up. It's kind of what Jesus was doing, trying to get them to wake up and see that the religion was entraining them into a system that was basically looping itself back. And so it took me a while to get through that. I mean, it was really confusing for me because I always kind of believed in God growing up, but I was never really into religion, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, trying to go through this work, I figured it out. There's some trauma. There's stuff that's in my past or something that traumatizes me with it, and I think it has a lot to do with the MK Ultra and some of the programming that I went through with it. So. Anyway, the message, so I got off message for the Galactic Federation. I don't know you guys. I don't know what kind of beings you are, and I don't know what your best interests are for us and for yourselves. But I can tell you this: we are emotional beings, and we do hurt. And some of the lessons that I've been put through down here have crushed me and really kind of destroyed me inside emotionally in a lot of levels. And so I've really had to kind of build myself back up, and it's been a process. And it hasn't really helped the main issues that I have trouble with. It's actually made them worse. So I don't know, maybe it works better for some people than it does with others, but there's some people, and I gotta admit, I'm kind of a sensitive person. I'm strong on the outside, physically, I can take any pain that comes my way. But emotionally, inside, I'm very sensitive. I don't like to hurt people. I'm kind of a little bit passive, in some ways. Kind of, and I don't want to be completely passive. And, I don't want to be a pacifist. I'm not a pacifist, what I'm trying to say. But I will sometimes come across that way in certain situations, because I don't want conflict within, if I'm discussing something with someone, I'll always listen and kind of take in what they have to say too. And I try not to stir the pot with an argument, because I know that everybody has an opinion, and I'm kind of a free mind, so I think like that. I don't believe one thing and one thing only. And that's one reason why I didn't get sucked into the religion too, is because I just know there's a lot of bullshit out there, and I've had people come to my door and try to sell to me the bullshit, and it just never was something I never liked. I never agreed with. I figured that if there is a universal creator, there's different ways of getting to that universal creator through different religions, and it's kind of a cultural thing in our civilization, depending on where you grow up or where you've come from. And so I've always kind of taken it like that. And so that's kind of how it's been, with me, as far as me growing up. But I just want you guys to know that, I appreciate you guys. You guys have protected me physically. I mean, I should have been dead in that car wreck. I should have been dead in that bicycle accident. I got hit going by a car that was doing 55 miles an hour when I was on my bike, coming back from the mountains, and I should have been dead, and I'm still alive, so thank God. But anyway, just want to make this kind of brief, and I was going to pass this message on to somebody who needed it. So I'll get back to you guys in the next video, kind of go over some other things. But you guys have a good night. Good morning. Bye.